It is Sunday in Destin, Florida. Boy, a lot of Dothan, Alabama cars here. And it is currently 63 degrees. It's a lovely day in the neighborhood. I'm going to tell you that Walmart last night was so slam packed. It was beyond slam packed. Go. Drive in the car. A lot of boondockers out here. Amazing. There's one of those $100,000 vans right there. So, what's real sad is, there was a girl and a guy couple that met boondocking, and they had a channel with van life, and for some reason they broke up and decided to go on their separate ways. And she was in the middle of an SUV build, and she had kids, and it was real sad. She went and offed herself. Just walked out into a railroad track. Really sad. But it is very hard on you to boondock. It's very, very hard right in the beginning. Now, I've traveled for years and you know, boondocked on the road from time to time when I went to areas where it was, you know, high tourist or tourist attraction thing going on, and sometimes it's really hard to get a hotel, much less get one that's, you know, under $300 or $400 a night, and that takes from your profits for work. So it's never really bothered me too much running on the road, and the money I saved from hotels I could spend easily, especially with the truck stops and that I stayed at. I'd much rather purchased items I could take with me than to pay hotel fare and get nothing. So it really is fun, you know, to do it that way. But if you have to do it for a living, you know, for your everyday life of living and move into your vehicle, it's really a lot of change. You can't cook anymore. There's a lot of things that you can't have because you have no way to refrigerate it unless you modify and purchase certain things, and battery chargers and external packs, and do some modifications. And most people that can afford to modify a vehicle have a place to live, and they just do it for a hobby. Most of the people in real life that are truly boondocking don't have that kind of money, and they really don't want to do that and do permanent modifications to their vehicle because it devaluates it, for one. Two, they really don't plan on doing that for a long time. Why get comfortable in something you really don't want to do? Because you'll make yourself comfortable in it and you'll never get away from it. So I don't plan to boondock the rest of my life. It's great for travel, but, you know, and for work, but for a living purpose, no. It is very, very hard on you. You know, like right now, the tourists, they're just freaking stupid. They are so bad on the road. so bad in the stores, and with the pandemic and everything like that. Here's another clown. No turn signal, suddenly decides they're going to go. It's not like you can go home and hide and get away from it. You're out there exposed to it. You don't have a choice. You know, when the weather is extreme, if you're in extreme hot or extreme cold, you have to start justifying the time you go to sleep and the time you'll need to get up. Heat is an incredible factor. And here's another one. No turn signal, just slide that crap in there. Who cares, right? Idiots. But anyway, so you have to be very, very careful because it can cost you your life. So, people are mean, people are cruel. People are mean and cruel on the internet. I've had people say some pretty raucous things on my channel here, and to me in person, and it's not very nice. You know, you really shouldn't be cruel to people when you don't know what it's like. It's not easy. Everything changes. You can't have all your neat things and all your pretty clothes and stuff. I mean, you just don't have the room to carry all that junk. You know, you visit your stuff in storage and it's like, you know, funeral for a friend. You know, it's hard. But I didn't think I'd be doing it for this long. I really didn't. It's been since around middle December that I was illegally evicted in 5 days. And I paid rent, but it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's funny how this advertisement on this vehicle looks like a sheriff car. But you just gotta deal with it. You know, it's like roll with it. It's part of life, such as life. You do learn who your friends are. That's for sure. When you're without a meal or you know, you have a car insurance bill or something, you really find out who your friends are in a hurry. Those people that you have helped and done so much for and never asked for anything in return, and it turns out they would never do it for you. So you really learn a lot. So, you know, I mean, I've put out for years for friends and stuff, and strangers, and there's no guarantee they'll straighten out anyway, but you try to do your kindest for folks because you wish that someone would do that for you if you were in that position. Now there's a dummy. What a stupid. 100% brainless. You know you're not supposed to be up there. It says do not block intersection. This guy got his truck right there. Look. What a stupid. He's got local tag. He was as bad as a tourist, Mac. Dumb. Truck full of people. But anyway, yeah, so it's tough, but it's a shame this girl, she offed herself for whatever reason. But she had mental issues anyway. But, you know, again, I'll say, you know, boondocking, it's hard on you. It really is hard on you. You know, I cried and cried at first. I would just sit at the beach and just cry for hours. But you gotta realize that sometimes things get worse for better things to come together. So right now, the biggest thing is I have so much work to do. I cannot leave, or it'd be so much more fun if I was traveling about, because I was getting ready to do a big road trip and everything, and I'm still gonna do it. And those two dogs in the back of the truck looked like statues. They were so still. But use a turn signal, bozo. It's bad enough the guy in front of you did the same thing. There's Crab Island. And boy, is the bay green today. It really lives its name today. Emerald Grand. I wouldn't go out to that island. I wouldn't get in that water if you paid me. There's just too many sharks. No, sir. It's surrounded with them right here. Bad. Real bad. But yeah, I mean, it's a very, very different way of life. You have to learn how to pee in a cup, and you know, things aren't open 24 hours anymore. So, you know, things really change a lot. I mean, there is a guy that saved hundreds of thousands of dollars that's now buying a house because he's been dogged for a few years and saved all his money. So, you know, I guess that's a good thing, but it's kind of like punishment for a job well done. I mean, you really worked hard to earn that money if you had to sleep in your vehicle. I got some fellow boondockers, and one guy is like, I'm kind of liking it, actually. And I said, no, you're not. Don't even begin to tell me that. It's really hard on you physically. It's very painful. You got to crawl around in your car. And it is really not good. My knees are just about destroyed right now from all this. Very painful. It's hard on my back. But I don't plan to do this like forever, that's for sure. I'm saving my pennies so I can get ready to make my move. I gotta work every day. I have to still work every day. I took one half of a day off since December. One half of a day off. Because to me, I feel like if I don't work at it, I'm not gonna get anywhere. I've got to have an objective. I got to have a goal. And I got to keep on working towards it. So that way I have peace in my heart that I'm making my 100% effort, if not 200%. But I saw a girl that I used to watch her channel all the time on YouTube, and she did this big song and dance about that girl that committed suicide, that was a boondocker, and a big YouTuber about it, but and how to be kind and all that. You know, it's funny, I was on her channel for a long time and helped her promote it and taught her how to do live and everything. And do you know, one day she made some comment that said, well, you're a trans, right? One, that hurt my feelings. I'm not a trans. And why would you say something like that? I have friends that are gay and trans. I've had lots of friends like that in my life. I was born female and still female. All original factory parts, pal. But that hurt my feelings. So here was a girl was rattling on about how other YouTubers can be so mean. And maybe that pushed you to the point of suicide or something. Really? Speak about yourself. Because what you said hurt my feelings. One, why would you say that about me? Or assume that? And then you're also insulting the trans community. What if I were a trans? I mean, is that your business? You're gonna just announce that on your channel, you know, in a comment for millions of people to see? That wouldn't be very nice either. Either way, I'm not a trans. But anyway, yeah, so it amazes me when people talk about how bad it is that people rode this girl on her channel and another guy was making fun of her channel and this, that, and the other. And she's kind of like, you know, subliminally pointing fingers towards the destruction of other people to this girl on her channel or something that made her commit suicide. And I you know, you don't know. You don't know why she did that. You don't know if her mentality was so bad that she just did that. You have no clue. You don't know what happened that day. You know, and you of all people shouldn't be out talking crap to people. Because there could have been as simple a comment as that girl telling me, "Oh, you're trans," right? It's like I get these dumb guys that get on my auto repair vlogs on this channel, and then they'll say, "God, you need to quit with the nail polish, and you know, cut your nails and all that stuff, and man up and all that." It's like, dude, you just came to a female's channel to learn how to work on your car. Don't tell me how to wear my clothes or wear my jewelry or wear my nails. I'll wear it any way I like it. I'm a girl. I have that right. You know? And the trans has that right. And the gay have that right. It's to each their own. If we were all alike and all thought alike, life would be so boring if we didn't have variety. And until you realize that, you'll be unhappy inside all your life. You have to love everybody. You have to love to talk to a stranger and learn what they have to say and their thoughts and their opinions, and see that there's something a little different in the world, or a different outlook or aspect. That's what life's all about. The beauty. It's the beauty of it all. You know, the Mennonites, they made little dollies for their kids. They have no faces. And it's real creepy looking, but it's part of their, like, religion. And the reason they do that is because they want their children to realize that no child is prettier than the other, that they're all equal. So that's why they do that. Definitely makes a statement. But if we were all the same, we'd sure be boring. It'd be like talking to yourself. You just kind of get tired of it because you know what your answer was. In California, you know, I grew up in California, and there were some really interesting people, wildly interesting people, from the guy that lived in a cave to Bank Canyon and had money, and he lived like Tarzan, and when he partied, he drank alcohol, like alcohol out of the bottle that you put on a scratch. The people that sit on the cliffs of Malibu out by Black's Beach and watch the aura over the surfers, which is the rainbow over the surfer's head from the concentration while surfing. Buckminster Fuller. I was very lucky to have known him. He was a good friend of my father's, and my father taught him sailing for years. And so this guy was almost like family to us. He was around so much. And he only took private instruction from my dad. He didn't want to be in classroom thing. He wanted to be teacher one-on-one. And but there was just so many different people, from the people that were the parents of Barbie and Ken my dad did business with. Dan Morgan, that was head of Wella or owned it or something. And we used to get cases of shampoo, conditioner, and any products they made for free. He'd bring a big box for us kids. It was really neat to have all the newest stuff. And all the different boat builders, Linsky, that did the Linsky Sabbath, brilliant guy, young guy, absolutely brilliant, and I was lucky to have one, and that sucker was faster than the speed of light. I won a lot of races in that boat, but there was all kinds of people. The guy that saw Star Wars like 35 times because he felt there was a subliminal message in the movie. It's interesting how people think. It really is. It's, you know, you learn something every day. You should at least learn something every day. But if you don't get out there and meet people and enrich your life every day with a new friend or learn something new, you're just kind of sliding backwards in life. I don't care how much money you have or don't have. You got to get out there and experience life. Variety is the spice of life. Everybody's different thoughts and philosophies. It's very intriguing to listen to it. And sometimes you learn some very important things in life. Some kind of service today. At the church. The roads are a little slow this morning. That's nice. I managed to escape Destin safely. Pretty much. Cappuccino and my half gallon of milk. I'm set for the day for now. I gotta go get a bunch of work done. I'm looking good so far. Didn't get as much as I wanted to get done yesterday, but I mean, I did okay. I just was kind of hoping I'd have got a little bit further, but that's alright. I got another boot listed. I was really excited to do that boot. I've been thinking about those colors for a while. And I was very pleased with how it came out. Really, really pretty. I wanted to put stones on it and stuff, and then I changed my mind at the last second. I said, man, I might be dogging it up if I do that. So I just left it alone. It was already Good, I didn't want to ruin it. 10:15 in the morning. Now hiring at Burger King. So if you need a job, Burger King in Mary Esther at Hollywood and Mary Esther Street is hiring. I heard they cleared house over there. Looks like they repainted that building too. I don't recall it looking quite that good, but maybe it always has. I don't know. I may have not paid attention. I'm just not real big on to go. This guy's got a real cute Jeep Wrangler over here in the black. He's got the crappy tires though, Toyos. They're pure trash. But the paint's pretty decent on that car. I gotta close his A. He's got the radio on. And I'm vlogging over here. But, there you'll see that Jeep here in a second. So SUVs have like doubled in price no matter what year. It's a big thing now, I think, because everybody's boondocking. So if you have one and you want to sell it, you should be able to get double the price. And they don't care how many miles are on them, they just, people are scooping them up. Paying big money. I would have liked to get my brother's SUV. He took his damn Cadillac SUV and traded it and got about $1,000 on it in California like a fool. Man, I would have loved to have that car. The only thing I don't miss about my Cadillacs is having to call the insurance company constantly because people are damaging them and stealing stuff off of them and hitting them. And it's so gross expensive to repair those cars. I'm not missing all those insurance claims. And it's taking time to repair my insurance record because of all that. I had one car they come after, got so many times, stole the center caps, the little plastic center caps. Those are like $1,000 each. Tow truck destroyed it, towing it because they wouldn't listen and they didn't know what they were doing. Front wheel drive car. From Santa's sleigh and the 8 tiny reindeer at 30 miles an hour. I mean, it's just constant. The rent-a-cars were fun though. I always got top of the line because I had that kind of coverage. I can just have whatever I want. When we went to Miami to go pick up my new Caddy, that was a fun trip. That was really a fun trip. And I had rented a new Caddy for about 30 days. There's somebody from Michigan here. What are you doing? Really? Dude, through a red light? Are you a retard? Guy's lost his mind. That's what I tell you about these tourists. They suck. Ho, 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 green giant. think that stuff's been out there since yesterday, sitting in the ground. They're not supposed to be putting trash out back here, but somebody has. A project someone didn't finish, I guess. There's an old Sparklets bottle. Those are cool for putting change in. I hate to see that project never finished. It's kind of cute. But what do you do? Gonna be close to 70 today, and this whole next week is gonna be in the mid-70s, so the weather will be quite nice. So I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and as always, make a new friend, do something kind for a stranger, love everybody, and too much of a good thing is wonderful, and we'll take lots and lots of that. Love you. Thanks for riding with me.